Hello, welcome to my third match of the season. I'm playing Tracer here. And we're getting the table set up. I'll show you the standings here. Burning Skull currently in first place. Played one match. Shakuchi and I are tied with second. Tracer's in last place, but that's not really indicative of their skill. They're a very strong player. They beat me 5-1 last season, I think. So we've got our work cut out for us here. Hope to get at least 2 wins out of this match. That'll keep us above 500 for this season. Okay, everything's muted. All right. Their first player, it's a 4-3. We've got Gang of Pickpockets, which is going to cause us to discard. Liaison's Contract. Contract's actually pretty decent if we're just cramming in Wharves. I guess with patrons and stuff, we'll have enough money. This feels like we can build a pretty big engine here with hideouts. There's a little bit of village, but mostly we're just playing Wharves and patrons, contract patron, contract Wharf. Maybe you can play with archive, not sure. I think probably you want to get real thin with hideout and then get a couple contracts along the way and then use treasure map to ramp up your payload, but maybe use market square to ramp up your payload as well. I think I'm opening with hideout market square. It's a little bit sad of an opening, but if they don't collide. But if they do collide, it's very good. And if you draw a market square with 4 coppers, you can enhance a copper into Herbalist. The other opening I would consider is Patron market square. Just because I don't really want to add silvers at this point. The Patron gets a couple of coffers along the way. That actually hit Wharf pretty quickly. Yeah, I think I'm going to follow in on that. We'll see if they get a silver or a market square here. They'll probably... It feels like a silver kind of king. You want to hit Wharf twice, right? If you can. Which means you just get a silver, and then we'll cram in the hideouts later. Yeah. I sort of talked myself into their opening. Not a great start, but we may see both things next turn. I'll add the market square now, I guess. Well, we're not hitting 4, we're hitting 6. But yeah, so we don't get a hideout, we get the market square. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. I'm gonna play this market square now and see where that takes us. Okay, we're just gonna click Wharves for a while. I assume they're going to be able to play their Wharf this turn. Not a great... Yeah, I really wish I had a hideout. I should hit 4 this turn and be able to buy a hideout. But they're going to be a little bit thinner. And I do have a second Wharf, I guess, already. So that's something. They can get a second Wharf this turn. So if they get a second Wharf here and I get a hideout, they're just ahead by a trash and a villager. Due to the opening splits. And I do think I need the hideout. I can't really afford to add more Wharves in already. Need to start thinning some. Yeah, I feel I'm second player and my opening splits were a little bit worse. So I'm just a little bit behind here, but it's still pretty early in this game. There's a lot of decision points to be made. How far do you go into the Wharves? You get a second hideout. That kind of thing. We make sure you click Gang of Pickpockets before you click Wharf. It's a small thing, but it's pretty important to get that right. Wow. I didn't think it was possible to draw 2 estates there. I would have definitely trashed an estate for a curse and bought a 5 here. That being said, my opponent picked up a 3rd Wharf, which is very good. I can't do that. So I guess I'm just going to pick up a hideout now. And I feel pretty good. I added a coffer this turn, or added a villager this turn. The hideout should be decent. I can start to trash estates more comfortably. And then next turn should be able to hit a Wharf, because I'm pretty sure those 4 cards are all treasures. Not a great turn for them. I guess they didn't have a duration Wharf coming into play, so we'll discard a copper, draw. So I think I'm already going to go grab a gold here. And oof. A little bit rough, but I'm going to trash the other estate now, adding the 2 curses, but it lets me hit 5 to add the Wharf into this shuffle. Hopefully I can trash those curses pretty quickly. The extra gold will maybe let me afford to get 2 Wharves in a turn, or Wharf plus contract or something. It's very, very important that I hit a Wharf this turn. I don't want to lose that split too badly. And I assume they're just going to buy Wharves in the next 2 turns. Ideally, I could see both Wharves this turn. They've seen all 3 Wharves this turn, so they're going to start drawing their deck next turn. I'm going to lead on the Wharf. I think I have enough villagers, and I'd like to see a curse if I can. And I'm going to draw here. Okay, this was great. I bottom decked 2 curses, but I hit 10, which was kind of the goal with the buying of the gold. So, and I played 2 Wharves this turn, and I lost an action because of the order, but I'm pretty happy to do that and just grab 2 Wharves now. And next turn, thin the 2 curses and look to add the treasure maps next turn, maybe. Maybe also consider adding a contract, like a contract next turn, potentially as well. Yeah, 2 duration Wharves come into play, so as long as I don't have a complete dud here, I think, yeah, I mean, it's a complete dud if I don't draw my deck, I think, with the number of Wharves and stuff that I have. I have 10 cards of draw with Wharf, and then 2 cards of draw with Hideout. So the Hideouts replace themselves down to 9, down to 5 with the Wharves, so I should actually have overdraw here. I could even gain and play a gold, potentially, which my opponent was able to do this turn. So I have... Okay, yeah, I just didn't find any curses last turn. In theory, I'm going to be thinner here. They've still got 5 coppers, 2 estates. I have 4 coppers, I guess. 3 or 4, yeah, 4 coppers, 1 estate, 2 curses. So if I can draw a deck, and I can hit a pretty good number this turn. I'm pretty feeling into this treasure map stuff, given that I'm thinner. I'll thin 2 curses this turn, maybe add 1 gold, get 3 Wharves into play. I'm going to spend this favor because I have just exact draw to do the thing I wanted to do this turn. I don't need to draw this yet. All right. Yeah, so I can market square here, play the Wharf, and I bottom deck the market square, which is fine. So 14, I've got 3 duration Wharves. I thinned 2 cards. Next turn I'm going to thin 2 more cards. The thing I can consider is archive here. As just a little bit more draw. Like I'm adding 4 golds, but I'm thinning 2 coppers. They actually added 2 hideouts, which is interesting. Maybe their thing is that hideout plus market square can gain golds faster than... I feel like that runs out of draw pretty quickly. And maybe enhance gold is sort of our payload, where enhancing a gold into province costs you 6 versus buying a gold costs, buying a province costs 8. And then, yeah, the question of what the archive does for me gives me a little bit more draw. I can play it at the end of the turn, hopefully, or I can even play it to grab the golds after I pop the treasure maps. And it just gives me a little bit more consistency. I can also look to grab a contract and play something, but I think I'm going to grab 2 treasure maps and an archive here. Next turn I'll thin 2 coppers. Yeah, and I start the turn by drawing 6 cards with Wharf, so I feel pretty comfortable. Trashing treasure maps to themselves and discarding the market square for a 5th gold even is pretty funny. I don't think they have overdraw to like do multiple golds with market square, but they can do some amount of golds with market square. Yeah, they gained 1 gold here with market square. I think they have 1 more market square in hand. So they're getting very thin this turn. Even estate to curse. Oh no, well I guess estate to curse. You have to play 2 hideouts to trash a estate. I probably will not ever trash this estate unless all of my coppers are gone. Which I guess they will be in 2 turns, so. This was not a super inspiring turn for them. They discarded some of their draw to gain golds. They did trash, net trash, only 1 card. Like, their next turn's not going to be super inspiring either, I don't think. Okay, we'll discard a copper and draw here. Well, we'll lead on this hideout. And I guess I have to play my market square this turn. Wow. Okay, well, the bottom card is Wharf Copper. So I can draw Wharf Copper, Patron, Treasure Maps, Wharf, and this is 18. I'm like somewhat interested in getting a contract here, but I guess with Duration Orbs it doesn't matter as much. So I added 4 stop cards to my deck. I trashed 1, but I set aside 2, and one of them is a draw card. So I lose a little bit of draw this turn, and I did not draw a turn. I guess I added 2 stop cards, 2 treasure maps went away. I added 2 golds. I thinned the copper. So I'm thinking about just going province here. And then it is somewhat difficult for my opponent to go province back. Can I do more than province here? I don't know that it makes much sense to. I could go province, enhance gold, but I don't think I want to enhance the golds quite yet. So I think this is just double province and end turn. Herbalist feels worse than nothing. And maybe we try to gain a gold with market square this turn, although I don't think that's going to be easy to do. I'm in somewhat difficulty if they double province here. I think that's very tough for their deck, but I guess I have enough to triple province. I play 9 coins and I enhance 3 golds, so double provincing for them is probably losing. So can they do more than double province? Maybe. They just drew a lot of stuff. What are in these 8 cards? 6 golds? Is that right? I have 4 golds, so they have 6. No, I have 5 golds. I am pretty sure. Yeah, I bottom decked at golds. So I have 5 golds. They have 5 golds. I start my turn by drawing 4 cards. And I can discard this province to Pickpockets pretty happily. So they've got a silver, they've got up to 17 money. So it looks like they're playing out for the game to last longer. Can I do 4 provinces? I had 18 money last turn, but I can get up to 24 money, which I can get 4 provinces on 4 golds. So I can get 4 is the number that I can get with max draw, I think. We'll see what they do here. Mostly my turn plays out the same. I'm always taking the hideout off the archive. I played 2 coppers last turn, so I've got 2 coppers I can trash. I think I have... Do I have 6 golds? Yes, I have 6 golds to their 4. So if I draw 6 golds, silver patron, 2 golds, silver patron is 10. So I need to play 3 gold silver patron to get to 13, and I can enhance 3 golds by a duchy. That doesn't feel very good. We'll see what they do here. They have thinned, I think, 3 cards this. They trashed a curse, a copper, and a copper. They're starting to run out of food, I think, for their stuff. Yeah, so triple province feels okay here, probably. Wharf. Hideout. I think I'm going to lead on this Wharf. I'm not concerned about the villager, and I want to try to maximize... Well, I've got 3 more Wharves, right? So I'm gonna play the second Hideout always. I guess I can do this. I'm not trashing yet. And I think I'm going to play this Wharf first, play the Hideout. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to... Okay, so this is 18 money. I have a patron down there and a gold. Is that right? So if I trash this copper, I've got 17 money. I draw a province patron gold. I play the province silver. I've got 6 golds. So I play province silver 2 golds. That gives me 10. I can enhance 3 golds into provinces, triple province. And for a tracer to win, they would need to province plus triple duchy. Okay. Oh, I can even enhance 3 provinces and buy an estate. 2 estates? I might buy 2 estates. So we can enhance gold into province. Gold into province. Enhance gold to province. So for them to get 17 VP, that's a province and 4 duchies, which seems difficult. I think I'm going to take the 2 estates because that's 19 VP. That's a province and 5 duchies. And I have 3 duration wharves and a copper set aside. And a pretty good starting hand to get 8 to 8 here, even though I did trash a lot of stuff last turn. It's tough for, again, they're adding golds, but it's tough for them to draw back around. They are thinning with the hideout. I don't know, it's tricky. Taking mini provinces makes it harder for them. I guess the inn gives some sifting to get rid of the provinces, but it's hard for them to get a lot of points with enhance, because enhancing golds to duchies now doesn't work. You just have to play 2 golds and buy a duchy versus playing gold, 2 golds, gaining a province. So the enhanced stuff will only work for them once, and it looks like they're not particularly close here. So I've got 3 duration wharves in the archive with a copper, so it's going to be very, very difficult for me to miss 8 here and win, which is pretty nice to get a win on your second player in the first game. Knock on wood. Okay, they're playing on. Interesting. They had stopped. Maybe they counted and realized how far... So, like, they have to buy some VP. Like, if they just buy a duchy here, then I can just buy a duchy and we're in the same spot. Or I can buy duchy estate or whatever. It just gets harder for them to get there. And they're giving up some payload to get there as well. And adding some stop cards. They also saw 2 of their villages, and they have 6 wharves down there. I guess they have two villagers. So their next turn should be good. This is a pretty unlucky turn for them, I think. Alright, well, we'll start by discarding an estate. draw, 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 and this is enough already. So, yeah, we pretty happily take a win as second player. I think I liked my treasure map thing better than the market square spinning they did, but not sure. Would appreciate thoughts after the game. We move on to game 2.